Since 2010, the only Command & Conquer games that EA has graciously dumped onto their fanbase include a browser game that I didn't know existed, a mobile game that no one wanted to exist, and a pretty impressive remaster of a couple games that existed 30 years ago. Thankfully, that intellectual property isn't necessarily the most important part of what made these games fun, which is why I was pretty excited to try out Tempest Rising. From the developer Slipgate Ironworks, the creator of a ton of games that aren't in any way similar to Command & Conquer, comes a real-time strategy that looks and feels like the most authentic spiritual successor to the Command & Conquer franchise. You'll take on the commanding role of one of two international factions vying for the fate of the world and attempt to conquer the other in an all-out base-building, unit-directing brawl across the landscape. A landscape sprinkled with some mysterious resource you'll scoop up with a defenseless bugmobile and turn into the currency you'll need to majestically materialize new buildings and pump out combatant clones that heed your every whim. Over the several minutes that this demo lasted, the intuitive mouse-controlled tactics and reckless sacrifice of dozens of faceless soldiers took me back to a simpler time in the world of real-time strategy, where half the battle is just getting your units to not be standing in the wrong place to be exploded by a barrel or suffer an agonizing death by sadistic flamethrower units. It even gives you that classic rewarding feeling of being blessed between missions with pre-rendered cutscenes showing off those units you normally see from 1,000 feet up in the air up close with guns blazing. Though instead of being awestruck by the ungodly cheesy perfection of full-motion video mission briefings, you get this 60% serious, partially interactive, computer-generated king of Uncanny Valley with some lip-syncing problems. While there are still some issues that need to be worked out, like being able to discern what the hell these different units actually are in the sea of tiny dudes, especially since they have unique activated abilities, there's a ton of potential for this to be the nostalgia rocket that launches me into a new great experience. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and listen to this soundtrack that's as close as it could possibly be to Command & Conquer music without getting a DMCA takedown. If you want to check out this demo yourself, it's available on Steam until August 28th, so don't come crying to me if you miss it because you've got plenty of time and despite how I sound, I ain't your daddy.